Welcome back to Crypto Meets AI. Jerry here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm. Now let's get into this. We're sitting at $2.90, trading within a range of 274 to 290. We're up 1.5% on the day. Looks like we did bottom out around the 272 range. Honestly, we rebounded pretty good from there. And I think I'm going to start doing, at the very beginning of the video, do one that's more mystery, conspiracy, and going down the old rabbit hole type of thing. Comment down below. Tell me if you guys like this idea. If you want me to do it, not do it, let me know. Comment down below. XRP and the Ice Vault Protocol. Treaty protected vaults beneath Antarctica. Hidden archives, elite secrets. No one talks about the digital currency under ice yet. Hundreds of central banks test CBDCs on a private ledger built on XRP. Here's why XRP was the key. Central bank pilots, real-world XRP CBDC deployments. Ripple is actively partnered with multiple central banks for CBDC initiatives, using its private CBDC ledger built on XRP settlement layer. Montenegro, Palau, Bhutan, Colombia, Georgia pilots confirmed. Ripple's CBDC platform launched in May of 2023 supports minting, issuance, coexistence of CBDCs using XRPL tech. Why XRP ledger fits hidden vault logic. Antarctica is sealed by the 1959 treaty and 1998 Madrid Protocol. No mining, no military activity, or resource exploitation allowed. If the elites wanted a cold vault or a hidden financial reserve, the only viable architecture is a neutral, permission digital ledger, exactly what Ripple offers for central banks today via XRPL. BIS and interoperability pilot projects. The BIS Innovation Hub Project Icebreaker 2023. Project Ambridge explore cross-border CBD settlement and interoperable ledgers. Ripple's model matches precisely a neutral bridge asset to central banks. XRP designed to move value across CBDC systems instantly. XRP custody and cold storage potential. Ripple's Ripple Custody solution supports tokenized asset storage under strict regulatory standards, suitable for sovereign reserves or elite foundations. Cold locations like Antarctica could physically house backup servers or archives. XRP decentralized nodes could serve as backup settlement layers in case of global disruption. Global agreements and secret vault infrastructure. Elite foundations and central banks use Antarctica under deep cover thanks to treaties prohibiting enforcement. If secret bunkers or data vaults exist beneath the ice, they're hidden by law, not geography. XRP can serve as a ledger kept offline until needed, secure, immutable, and treaty compliant. Treaty compliance via watermarking and off-ledger scenes. XRP's escrow model time-locked escrows with enforced release is perfect for vault protocol needs. If archives are time-synced or cold stored, XRP escrow can act as a programmable triggers. XRP ledger supports escrow release conditions legally enforceable across borders. Mapping Antarctica vault logic to CBDC trends. Antarctica equals treaty sealed zone. CBDCs equal bank-issued digital money. Central banks and elites assume responsibility for vaults. XRP private ledger equals ideal platform for storing assets, redistributing on command globally. That's why central banks chose Ripple's ledger tech over public chains. Elites and Antarctic secrecy culture. Project Icebreaker privatized CBDC testing across BIS member states. Imagine the same tech used under a treaty limited zone digital finance, shielded from scrutiny. XRP ledger provides audibility without public exposure, a perfect solution for elite secrecy. And why this matters now. 98 global GBT overseen by CBDC pilots using Ripple or XRPL tech. Antarctic treaty suppresses physical asset access, but digital layers remain hidden. Ripple's public leadership in a central bank interoperability matches elite interest and Project Vault systems. They buried the truth, but they couldn't freeze the protocol. From Nazi vaults to CBDC pilots, beneath the ice, the trail leads to one silent layer, XRP. The deeper you dig, the colder it gets. Comment down below and tell me what you think about this. The Clarity Act is not passed yet, and it needs to be transferred out of the FedNote and SWIFT. The timing is off. Thus, the paradox in the attacks. The Clarity Act needs to be passed. Rome Powell needs to go. Final implementation regulations of Clarity and Genius fast-tracked by all the regulators. The Fed cuts rates, causing hyperinflation. Then the crisis gives Trump the situation to ask Congress to waive the 120 days. And the 120 days he's talking about being waived is about the stablecoin bill, how much time the regulators have to implement the new laws. Then the tech is implemented with the stablecoin issuers buying U.S. treasuries and other tokenized assets for reserves. People and nations use it to settle, which then causes more hyperinflation of the Fed note. The Fed cannot participate. No CBDC. Then we negotiate out of the old debt based on fraud and use impoundments to redesignate funds for these things that enable real GDP growth. Timing is everything on this shift. Hedera versus the world. Can HBAR beat its competitors? Let's dig into this. Hedera Hashgraph, despite its robust capabilities, has many DeFi competitors in the crypto market. HBAR's real-world applications, growing adoption among firms, and expanding DeFi ecosystem means it's situated for continued growth. For all the things that Hedera excels at, there are still other networks that threaten Hedera's domination in certain fields. Let's compare some of Hedera's closest competitors like Ethereum, Quant Network, and Ripple's XRP ledger and how they stack up against HBAR. Real-world use cases. Hedera supports a diversity of use cases. DeFi, decentralized identity, supply chains, tokenized funds, and climate accounting with Hedera Guardian. Platforms like Red Swan are tokenizing real estate, while Arbidine, Archex, and Lloyd Bank recently tokenized UK money market funds and brought them on-chain via Hedera. Additionally, Hedera's Stablecoin Studio simplifies token issuance and compliance rules for stablecoins, making it easier than ever for businesses to build and issue their own stablecoins. In contrast, XRP Ledger is deeply focused on liquidity and payments. Its token issuance and smart contract features remain limited but are gradually growing. Meanwhile, Quant's network overledger offers interoperability but depends on enterprises internally building applications across chains rather than deploying directly on QNT. Ethereum excels in decentralized finance, smart contracts, and NFTs, but its enterprise adoption remains slower due to regulatory friction and very high fees. Hedera's compliant rating model and native token tools give it an edge in an institutional arena. Institutional collaboration. Hedera is governed by a council of leading firms such as Arrow Electronics, DLA Piper, ServiceNow, Google, and IBM, making HBAR one of the most trusted networks for Web2 institutions. The structure supports enterprise-grade deployments, enabling projects for supply chains, tokenization, and more. For example, Shinhan Bank and Standard Bank have piloted stablecoin payment systems using Hedera's distributed ledger. These real-world use cases demonstrate the broad institutional adoption, which is unmatched by any other network. DeFi is almost everything. Ethereum has a strong DeFi community and audience, which contributes to the token price and TVL. Over time, the Hedera Foundation has vowed to boost DeFi on Hedera, an initiative that has so far been a success with new AI tools and DeFi applications being launched on HBAR. Saucer Swap, Bonzo Finance, Thrive Protocol, and more are helping make HBAR a go-to network for decentralized finance, especially when it comes to deploying AI tools now, thanks to Hedera's AI Studio. Despite efforts, Ethereum remains the dominant DeFi network today, but Hedera's combination of low fees, reliable executions, and incentives from Hedera Foundation means HBAR DeFi audience could rise significantly over the next year. XRP Ledger's DeFi capabilities remain limited, but since the launch of XRPL's EVM sidechain, the network has received a huge boost in DeFi participation and DApp production. Quant focuses on interoperability rather than on-chain financial DApps, making it less appealing for institutions seeking DeFi strategies. Ecosystem growth on Hedera. Even during challenging market conditions, Hedera has set transformative ecosystem growth. Hedera's developer activity sits among the likes of Ethereum and Chainlink, right up there at the top. The launch of the Stablecoin Studio and AI Studio, Hedera's developers playground, and enhanced DeFi tools on the Saucer Swap and Bonzo Finance show how quickly the ecosystem is growing. Quant Network's reported growth is strong in terms of interoperability deployments, but less visible on-chain or in DeFi adoption. Why institutions might pick Hedera. Hedera stands out because it offers retail and institutions a DLT ecosystem that allows almost anybody to issue stablecoins, make AI agents and automated DApps, connect to DeFi protocols, and more, all on some of the lowest fees in the crypto industry. Hedera's traits resonate with financial institutions seeking interoperability and integration with DLT networks. As the U.S. turns pro-crypto, with the SEC focused on bringing real-world assets on-chain in a regulated manner, Hedera's balanced approach to enterprise trust, real use cases, and deepening DeFi infrastructure make HBAR a token that many investors can bet on beating or matching its competitors as the crypto market matures. I hope this helps everybody understand Hedera and HBAR a little bit better and about the competition that it has, the different tokens and ecosystems out there. And last up, Sailor is moving BTC to different wallets. I'm starting to sell all my BTC before it's too late. I analyzed Sailor's hidden reports and was shocked. Here's how MicroStrategy will destroy the BTC market. Sailor is transforming BTC to other wallets, and this news could become a symbol of the old system's collapse. If whales are preparing for a massive sell-off, you need to act fast. Today, I'm selling all of my BTC, and the reason is much deeper than you think. I analyzed MicroStrategy's hidden reports, and some transactions are deliberately encrypted through separate sub-funds. MicroStrategy is not just accumulating BTC. but creating a complex network of addresses to disperse assets. This is laying the groundwork for a sudden mass sell-off of the currency. How crazy would that be if this is actually going to happen, or if this actually does happen? Such asset transfers usually precede two events: company restructuring, off-balance sheet liquidation. But there have been no news or announcements of mass scale. This decision looked spontaneous. And by the way, MicroStrategy's Q2 2025 reports were significantly delayed. Most likely the company was hiding the wallet addresses where the money was being moved. And now we see Saylor himself withdrawing thousands of BTC to unidentified addresses. You can see it yourself. Hundreds of millions of dollars worth of BTC were withdrawn from the wallet in just a few days. It all looks like MicroStrategy is simply draining liquidity from the market. This could mean the end of market manipulation and its collapse. MicroStrategy holds BTC on balance sheets for one reason only: to manipulate the price. This allows them to take out loans without selling the assets directly. But now the scheme is breaking down. This could mean a market crash and BTC fall, altcoins collapse, and media panic. The last time such transfers were recorded was in March of 2022, and within 3 weeks, a massive currency crash begun. In short, BTC could drop by tens of thousands in price within just a few weeks. The patterns are the same, and history is cynical. Right now, I'm selling most of my BTC to lock in profits. Later, after the market stabilizes, I plan to buy the token at a lower price. A bit of extra insurance won't hurt. I don't want to lose all my money overnight. I never seen the point in buying BTC now unless you got a lot of money and you already got millions. So right now, I advise everyone to monitor Saylor's wallet activity, analyze and study OTC addresses to better understand whale movements. But most importantly, if you want to act like a whale, then you need to think like a whale. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this, because I think this could be a plausible event happening. Well, that's what I have for you, folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on CryptoMates AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.